Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice.
So yes, 2023, and then we are still here. We are so grateful for the gift of life. We would like to welcome you to another exciting episode of the When Out podcast. Today, our topic is very interesting, and you see the way I'm calm. I want to stay calm. I don't want to go giddy. So yes, today we are doing something that has to do with health. We are looking at personal hygiene and sanitation alongside self-medication and reproductive health. The reproductive health will be plenty. So we are looking at contraceptives and STDs. Me now, there's Geraldo and my bosses.
I don't beg.
Any question you have for him, any question you have for him, you can direct it to his DM.
I don't
idea. And then Raphael is here with us too. And we are privileged to have Miss Monica. Miss Monica is a pharmacist, and today she will talk. Today she will talk. All right. So, anyways, I want us to start with sanitation and then hygiene. We would like to use the Ghanaian setting and then narrow it down to the youth. The youth too. I want to break it down a little bit. Let's look at the age bracket between 18 and 28. Hygiene, sanitation. How do you think it's going on? Because I personally, back in the day, I feel the bed. I'm in street life here. You go bed to know Charlie. If you get a cocoa and something, then you go not the brush it yourself.
Oh my God.
Nobody watch your face.
I never saw that coming.
Nobody watch your face. It happens. No, everybody get problem.
You were comfortable.
Oh my God. The thing is that the toothbrush is there, the paste is there. But actually, you better know for chop.
How long will it take you to brush before you
It's a waste of time. Then it was a waste of time.
My God, he sold himself out.
Me, I saw that's a waste of time because relax. I go play ball. I bath that evening. I chop that evening. I'll wake up in the morning. At the hung. Make a walk out to why?
You know, see, with the number of people that are on your mouth already, this thing they talk is not going to go well for you.
Sorry, God, man.
Oh, that one there. It did. That was I say it be kiddie. Don't get sense. I don't say as a kiddie, I don't get sense. So yeah, I take it that way. But fast forward, realize that a lot of people are doing the twice a day brushing. Which I know most people watching. More people know they brush twice a day. I know.
But they will claim say them.
We know. So most of them they brush them at it at all. We know them. And then there are some people too. When it comes to brushing, since you're a pharmacist, I want to ask you, what is the quantity we need on the toothbrush? Please be honest.
Honestly, just a little.
Is it like this bit?
I don't know how I could demonstrate it, but you see, personally, I like using a lot of toothpaste. So if my brush is that long, I'll fill it to cover that whole thing. But then I think we are not supposed to use that much quantity, just a little, because of the fluoride concentration inside the pepsodents. You understand? So just a little is fine.
So those people that are packing it as if they're
So
doing
some of our people.
No, you're not saying that.
Because
ideally,
I hope so. The right word is
ideally, you're not supposed to use that much toothpaste on your brush.
Yeah, that's true. And then also, I actually read about it because me too. I used to be one of the kind that's always apply paste to the food and then I discovered online that you need to use pea-sized, this the size of a beans. Something like that is enough.
That's for people that brush 3 times a day. Those that brush only one piece, they should continue.
So we should use a pea size, pea size. So since then I started using the pizza, and then I realized that my toothpaste actually lasts me a very, very long time before it gets finished. So
But you see, on this brush, I get some serious questions. You have a pharmacist here, so this one there, there are some people, when they are brushing their teeth, their place they come here. Oh
God.
So but when they are brushing, it's just in the mouth. Beer. Which one is okay?
Honestly, yeah.
Because I don't understand. No. Some people they sometimes you
It
want to,
depends on how you are brushing. You understand? Some people, when they are brushing, their mouth is widely open. Definitely, the toothpaste will come out. You understand?
so when you are brushing, close the mouth for
no,
open
not
it.
close your mouth, though, but you shouldn't open the mouth, and you shouldn't use a lot of water when brushing. That's the thing. Do you get it?
I didn't know about that.
Oh,
You're not supposed to rinse
your
Rinse
mouth.
your mouth.
Yes, you're just supposed to just do something
Just
small.
to-
That's
just to-
all.
You're not supposed
Yes.
to rinse.
Yes,
Yes.
that's I
I like to
learned
give
from
the
this
paste.
gentleman sitting down there.
So I want to ask, so when you rinse, what happens?
You just you leaving the what's it called, the remnants of the paste helps like fight. I don't know. Let her explain.
Oh,
to you
talk,
better.
talk,
No,
yeah.
me, I don't want to quote.
I don't
Since
know
you are
much
here-
about it, but I know you're not supposed to use a lot of water to rinse your mouth. You
Yeah,
understand?
I also I read about this.
Yes, so
Long time
I
ago.
don't really know.
So
The way you're looking at me is like
I
expecting.
don't want so relax. How small is small? Because some of us they take one pure tag but they do things. But if not for you telling me today, honestly speaking,
You would.
I'm not,
Oh.
I don't really care. I tune up, I brush, my mom they be already be case close to finish. That's the mentality. Alright? Because I see sometimes go for morning jogging and then you see some people on the streets and
Some people
As
People
if-
brush. You could literally
As if
hear
they are
it when they are
fighting.
brushing their tongue.
And then I think, so I have this friend, she's no, this one already this at the beg. She be UK girl. She was like, most people when they are brushing their teeth, they don't like over there, most of them brush their tongue.
Just their tongue.
Yeah, they don't brush just the tongue. Like they clean their teeth and leave their tongue out.
They don't over there.
Yeah, so that's what she told me. Say some of them, some of her friends. Let me just be specific. Some of her friends.
Wow.
But here too, me, I grew up in an extended family house. Grandma would tell you, say, brush your teeth first. Go and take chewing sponge. That one.
Dead sponge.
Yeah, and then chew for some time. And then she said the reason for that is it takes away bad odor. So my question is, what to do for a food? Because after I never find out too if it's medically okay. Whether it's good, because I look at people who do that back then and then now. They live long, but we now they get the caca themselves.
I used to. I remember when I was growing up, my mom would tell me, go and use that sponge when you're done before you use the actual brush to actually brush your teeth. So I think it depends.
I'm now they have the tongue scrapers and all.
Yeah,
It's
some
not
also
the-
use
people are
the
using-
chewing stick as well.
I like that one pass.
You said you hate that one.
Hmm?
Did you say you hate that one?
I love that one pass.
Oh, okay.
But I said that let's look at the dressing and then cleaning now, especially the bathroom and then changing of clothes. Monica, how many times do you bath in a day?
2 times.
2 times, Ralph.
At least 2 times.
Hello.
17.
Legends, we did. Eh.
How many times do you bath?
Eh?
How many times do you bath?
He's a legend.
I'm a legend.
Yeah,
Eh,
legend.
You know what I'm saying? Is with bathing, I mean, I realized I went to a single sex school.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, boys no go teach. Boys, Charlie, you do back by them go. Girls, you realize like some girls are like every 5-10 minutes, shower, bath, change, blah blah blah. But right now, you see a lot of this university girl, blah blah blah. Then they bath, then they do body splash themselves.
With some
I'm
people,
asking you, abusing body splashes, is it medically okay? Oh, mommy, I don't know. I'm asking. Is it an
I don't know.
alternative?
I don't know. It depends. Personally, I like perfumes, okay, but then I don't think using or abusing body splashes is okay, because
Some people.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Some people can use like 3-4 body splashes on their body when they are going out, and I'm like,
Because they didn't bath
what's
for.
going on?
let me call
What's
out.
going on?
Let me call out somebody. I know that she's definitely going to attack me. My cousin, like every time she's going for work, like sometimes I'm like, come on, Sarah, like isn't this too much? She applies body splash, applies so many things on her body, then finally she applies to me. I'm like, come on,
I like smelling good though, but using that quantity of body stash on my back, no.
Men will just bath at least. Sometimes you could do bando.
I hear smelling good you.
And the last thing I want to ask, especially, you see, this particular topic is quite sensitive for me because it's something I see a lot of people doing. I don't know whether it's right or wrong, and the reasons people give for doing that, I really don't know. Self-medication. You are pharmacists, talk to us.
Self-medication.
Yes, self-medication.
Self-medication.
So it is
That's something I don't understand because when you come to the pharmacy, okay, you see a lot of people self-medicating themselves. Someone can just come in, please, I have a headache, okay, and then I have this, let's say, medicine at home. I heard it's okay for headaches, and I'm like, what medicine is that? And then you ask them, you'll be like, oh, okay, that medicine is actually used for headache, all right. So, but then the way you are describing your headache is way different from the drug. You understand? Because my headache would be different from yours. It may be different from his or his. So what may be okay for me might not be okay for you. You understand? And then I think self-medication goes hand in hand in, let's say, drug abuse.
Yeah.
It's kind of like similar to me. I don't know if other... Because why would you even self-medicate yourself? Why would you...
I can count on one hand the number of times I've gone to maybe the doctor or the pharmacist to get prescription. My whole life I've been self-medicating. So you're speaking to me.
Why do you guys...
All right, me personally, I grew up having a kind of rough childhood, but also I was fortunate enough to have a male nurse who sat me down to talk to me.
Okay.
This and this and this is this. Since then, I knew what was good for me, what wasn't good for me. Self-medication, me, I tell the same malaria. I know when it's malaria, I know. Though I need to test,
Relax.
Relax.
When people say I'm feeling this way, I think it's malaria. I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. In this part of the world, every sickness is malaria.
That's
as long as you're not dead.
Because do you
Every
know
sickness is
malaria symptoms and signs, like it's kind of like similar to other conditions.
Yes.
So in your mind, you think it's malaria, but then it's not even malaria, and then you are treating the malaria, and it's not even going. So you ask yourself.
It will go by force.
So you ask yourself, like, is it malaria? Why would you even say it's malaria? Because you're having headache, loss of appetite.
I do shake. You see,
Do you know typhoid also has that kind
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was
true.
just waiting for you to finish. So
Typhoid also has that kind of similarities
Exactly.
with malaria.
Yeah, true.
So some people actually, I don't know. I just don't know.
Because of the kind of society that we live in as well, like it is not as easy to go to pharmacists and things. So people believe so because it's you have the mindset that it's not going to end there. Your story is not going to end there. Like once you go and tell the person this is how I'm feeling, you are not completely confident that person is not going to go and tell someone else that this guy came to my shop to buy this and this is his problem. So people prefer to just self-medicate.
And then
that's bad.
It's
Exactly.
you see,
That's bad.
I thought about something, and the only reasons that came to me was that apart from you go hospital, there you be sickler or poverty. I don't find any other reasons why people self-medicate, because I know some people that they will tell you that this thing, if I go to hospital, then consultation, see, then lab, see.
We hear that a lot at the pharmacies.
They normally complain about that.
They complain about that a lot. But then sometimes, to how you're feeling in pharmacy, you just have to go to the hospital.
Exactly.
Because me, when they come like that, I'll just be honest with you, go to the hospital. There's nothing I can give you medications, all right, but then you still have to go to the hospital.
Me, like if I'm strong enough, if I still feel physically strong enough to go out, like I can go to a pharmacy, then I'll just self-medicate. That's the moment. If I feel like I'm about to die or it's really terrible, then straight to
That's
the
when
hospital.
you go to.
I don't.
There are some of us that we also believe that once you start getting that feverish,
Malaria.
get up and play ball, and so it's gone. Like,
Everyone has it.
but like honestly, speaking of the self-medication itself, Geraldo, you witnessed this at the time I had
Yeah.
typhoid and then also.
I mean, I still
thinking
go
it
by
was
malaria drug.
malaria.
Me himself, I go by that account.
So, after days of treating, thinking it was
Yeah.
malaria, it wasn't going.
But
Then-
did you test?
No, I did not.
You didn't test.
So
want to-
finally,
that want to be chopped.
finally, I just said, from the way things are going there, if care is not taking, my enemy would die for where I am. So let me just call home. And then I called my mom and she was like, guy, get an
Just
Uber
go
and then
to-
come to the house as
yeah.
soon as possible. So I went to the house and then we're taken to a hospital where I was actually hospitalized for 3 days. And then we got there, they discovered it was typhoid and not malaria. And then also,
Typhoid and malaria, they are so similar.
Exactly.
All
So,
because
so
of
similar.
stubborn lifestyle. That's why that whole story came about. Stubborn life.
I'm not going to mind you. So
That's
yes,
so
on the
similar.
issue of self-medication, like sometimes you just feel like this thing is a normal ose. Everybody just have that.
And-
Some people have that notion that it's nothing so serious. It's just malaria.
It's
You
serious.
just presume.
Serious.
So, self-medication, drug abuse, brother and sister. Let's establish that. Now, I really want to ask: should we entirely blame this on the system we find ourselves in, or it's just we really mad? Oh, because truth is, it's not about the hospital bills for some of us, but I'm looking at
It's also you need to add fear as well.
Fear.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of times, like me, I'm one of those people that if you give me the test himself, tell me for life free, I won't do. Do the test.
True.
So you come and tell me that I have headache, then you come and tell me I have 3 months to live or something.
Go for it.
I don't want.
It's true for me, but
And-
also one thing we forgot to speak about. Was the fact that also there are certain instances where self-medication could be right. You could actually prescribe a drug for yourself. And
Oh
you get
yeah,
it right.
true.
Yeah,
True.
we didn't talk about that. So
With
that's
the-
what
with
we're
the-
going to-
I mean, it
Health
has its advantages and
Advantages,
disadvantages. So, yeah.
the advantage. Funny enough, when it comes to self-medicating with herbs, when I say herbs, I mean local herbal drugs. I beg you people. I know my people. I beg you. I'm used to local stuff.
Okay.
Like
So the
eh,
herbals and
me
agbeve,
personally,
those
I
stuff.
prefer that one hands
Okay.
down as compared to other ones. And normally those ones work. But how many people are privileged to even get the opportunity to self-medicate? You feel me? The system, because I believe if, at least apart from fear and then the other factors, if the system is favorable enough for people to actually have the flexibility to walk into any hospital, despite the fact that there's national health, to have access to healthcare, I think it will reduce the level of self-medication. People they do one more.
People don't trust what's it called, medicine in general. That's the thing. It's not only in Ghana, but in general, people don't just trust medicine because even during COVID, at some point they started telling people, not only in Ghana, I mean even on the news, you're seeing they started telling people that if your symptoms are not serious, just be at home and then take these drugs and stuff. The same people that will tell you don't self-medicate, are now telling you that because it's a pandemic that you should be at home and then take these drugs and stuff. So people don't, in general, the relationship between people and medicine is not a very good one sometimes.
That's true. And then, Geraldo, you said something about why people self-medicate, and which a statement was made in regards to
The one I said, blaming
the
this on the system.
Exactly. You need to also take a look at the fact that there are some people that are living in countries that are advanced, and then even in such countries, they still self-medicate. Like, for instance, take a look at the Western world. I've not lived in any part of those countries, so I can't actually.
Oh no,
point
we are
out
in
any
Dubai.
names.
So
But some people are living in countries
But
where
we
the
are still
systems are
Dubai.
favorable, everything is suitable for them, but they still go ahead and self-medicate themselves.
But okay, with that, I do agree with you. But at least you won't say the system is working over there. If that same system works over here small, maybe the rate in the gap it will close.
Yeah, exactly.
Because for one thing that I know kills a lot of people is that self-medication thing. I see it a lot, especially those.
Hey,
Oh,
also-
and then why my leg is paining. Oh,
And
go buy this.
you-
It's
you
not
know,
even that you take the what's it called? It's not even that you take maybe the wrong drug. Is that you are taking maybe para for what you think is a headache, but then you are really it's something more serious than a headache, and you need to go to the hospital. So you are taking something that won't even scratch the surface.
and I think people self-medicate based on what they've heard from people. Because Osudie, when they come, oh, like my head is aching. Oh, I heard when you take this, and I'm like, who told you that? Who told you that? Like, it doesn't make sense. They listen to what people say, and then they come and they're like, they want this particular drug, and then you ask them, what are you using it for? Oh, they heard that when you take it for this, it will work, and I'm like, why?
It's sad. but
Why? And one thing I think we should all know is every drug is a poison. Do you understand? Every drug is a poison based on how you use it. Because even normal paracetamol, okay, has an effect on the liver. So you are there, oh, my head is aching, paracetamol. My head is aching, paracetamol. It has a maximum dosage, okay? You guys are laughing, so
I won't take
I
drugs
know.
again. I won't take anything
Everybody-
again. Even the flower, I won't take again.
Because the one is
like
stressful,
for
you
real,
need the
even normal paracetamol, the longer you take paracetamol, you realize that it's having an effect on your kidney. That's something that people don't know, and when you tell them, they think you're lying, but then that's the truth.
When it comes to contraceptives and STDs, if you know the meaning of STDs, then right now I don't know why you're even watching the podcast. I swear, if you know the meaning of STDs, I don't know why you're watching the podcast. STDs is
Sexually transmitted diseases.
Exactly.
Now they call it
sexual
what it was.
STI.
STIs.
Sexually transmitted infection.
Is we have a pharmacist here, so I want to ask, what are the types of contraceptives available for all, not just girls and boys? Because funny thing is, in this part of the world, when you hear contraceptives, the first that comes to your mind is condom. And people, most people don't even know that female condom. They hear condom, they boy condom.
That is actually true.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that female condoms exist.
No. So please educate. Talk to us. I mean, what are the types of contraceptives?
We have many.
Because
The very common one is condom.
the CD.
Yes, the CD when they come out to buy CD.
You to them. Okay.
Yes.
Which of the CDs?
We are making sales. I mean, we have plenty,
Rough Rider.
and we have we have ones that are in flavors. You know, very
They-
flavor,
oh,
strawberry
oh,
flavor.
It's like this guy wants to buy some.
What?
Let's look at you. The flavors. How you gonna say this is vanilla? This is how you?
Oh, there is written
It's
on
written on
it,
it.
and I think one guy told me that when you actually wear the condom, you actually smell it. Like
Yeah, you do.
you actually smell the fragrance as strawberry or orange flavor, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
And then to even make matters worse, I went to find out the reason why they made flavors like different flavors.
What's the
You sure
reason?
And then
That's
it was crazy. Like I discovered that the reason they actually created the flavors is for the sake of oral sex. Yes.
Oh,
That's why they-
okay.
They added
Oh.
We are the
flavors to
under
the
18.
Wait. You wanna suck some lollipop with rubber?
Yes.
Chairman, at the big.
With the rubber?
Oh,
That is why-
I jumped off with the rubber.
That is why I said to make matters worse. They just
That doesn't make sense.
Truly.
Actually, I saw that online. That the reason
With the
one
rubber
reason-
on?
Yes, like some people, just like there are some people that they are interested in. Come on, the way you guys.
I've not heard that before, so I'm surprised.
There are
Not
some people that are interested in that kind of like oral sex, but because you are trying to prevent yourself from getting an STI,
Oh, but come on. At least, see the jaded thing, when you're done, then you put it on it.
contraction of STI. So with that, you just want to be on the safer side.
I
So
love
you
what she
just-
said. Jaded thing. Apart from the condom, which other contraceptives?
We have the oral contraceptives that comes in daily.
the Lydia Dems.
The Lydia, yes. Lydia is emergency contraceptive pill.
Oh,
And then we have postnatal is also emergency. You understand?
No,
You see,
no.
we have emergency and then we have the daily contraceptives. But then people, I don't know why people take the emergency pills more than the daily ones. Because I mean,
relax. Stress on the emergency for us. Explain the
emergency.
The emergency is important.
Emergency. As the name goes, emergency. You're going to do the do.
What's the
What's
oh,
the- we don't know the
wait.
You're going to have sex.
Okay.
And then you're scared. You don't want to get pregnant. Then you just go for that one.
How long are you supposed to take the pill after sex?
That's the question. Because emergency is just emergency. You're not supposed to take it. I mean, you see people coming into the pharmacy and then there's this particular girl that comes every day buying Lydia. And Lydia is emergency, not a daily contraceptive pill. Do you understand? If you know you are going to be having sex every day, just go in for the daily one. That one is safe.
An example of that is
Oh, Lydia, we have two forms of Lydia. We have the Lydia, the pink one, which I know you people know.
no, I don't.
No, I don't.
you don't.
We do not.
I don't.
We just know the name Lydia, but we do not know
I
how.
don't. I don't even know the names. Today I heard the name.
Are you
first.
guys
Oh,
serious?
okay, yeah,
Gerald? You don't know.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So Lydia, we have the pink one. That one is the emergency, and then we have the is it orange or brown? Yes, that one is the daily. They've actually written it on it. Daily.
Is it not like? Shouldn't there be like some way to regulate it? Like, so if someone keeps coming to buy the emergency one every day,
What can you do? Don't mind you.
so
Don't
you can't
mind
like.
you.
There's no law to say this person cannot take.
They'll tell you it's their body. They'll get offended and then they'll leave.
Wow.
Do you understand? Ideally, you're not even supposed to take emergency pills like that. Do you understand? So just imagine if you are taking paracetamol every day. It will get to a point, it won't work for you. So just imagine you are taking Lydia emergency pills every time you're having sex. And let's say every day you're having sex. And you're taking it every day. It won't work. It will lose its effectiveness. Do you understand?
So is that the only negative about taking it?
And I mean, it also changes your menstrual cycle.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
understand? It messes it up completely. Yes. So if you are supposed to like have your menses in, let's say, January, it can delay and come February. Do you understand?
And that's when they'll be sensitive.
They'll say that they think they are pregnant. They think they are pregnant.
Okay, thank you.
Contraceptives actually mess up your menstrual cycle.
Okay, so apart from the pills, and then there was this day GTV used to do this thing. I saw something about IUD.
Yeah, we have the IUD too.
Is it the T1?
Yeah, the T1. That one is actually they insert it. Yes.
Yeah, speaking of the IUD something, I saw something about it and I was like, how does it even work?
I've heard it can cause like weight gain and then
Yeah, it causes weight gain.
How do they how do they give the weight
Because
gain?
like, how does it work? Is it that like because the way is a T, so when you shove it inside, I understand. Does the two edges enter? It blocks the fallopian tube or
Yes, it blocks the fallopian tube, and you know the fallopian tube actually releases the egg.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's actually blocking that whole process. Do you understand? It's a T, so just imagine like they are blocking it, so like no eggs or nothing will be released.
So like, how long should it be used? Like, how long is it used?
It depends.
Come to think of it, like that's IUD. Do you put it before sex or after sex? Because
Some go in.
because
This thing is very tricky because IUDs and Kasa, if you know yourself that you want to be having sex and you don't want to like have any STD or you don't want to get pregnant or anything, some people go, and IUD is actually effective than the condoms and then the pills and all of that. That one is more safe.
Pregnancy.
Yes, to prevent pregnancy. Yes, that one is more safe. So it depends on how long you want to keep it. You understand? It can be when you are ready to go and remove it, you go and remove it.
Yeah, we the virgins, we are just educating ourselves. I'm a virgin. If you don't believe it, I don't know. I'm a virgin. Apart from that, STDs, AIDS. I know of AIDS. I know of chlamydia,
gonorrhea,
syphilis. Then there's this other one.
What?
HIV.
Herpes, yes.
And
there is also this one for women, human papilloma.
Human
virus.
papilloma, yes.
And
HPV.
I saw somewhere that some of these STDs, oral sex can be transmitted through
They can be transmitted through oral sex. Yeah, it's true.
Hey, so people have been sucking things.
My God.
Like the watts, for instance, assuming you know what?
No, what's what?
Like
So it's a form of
like electricity watts.
no.
Come on.
It's how should I describe it? It's like a cauliflower shaped down there. Like girls actually get that a lot. Girls actually get that STD a lot. So imagine a guy with your ope, you want to go and lick down there. Definitely you will get it on your mouth. You understand?
And then when you get it, what happens? Like, what's the?
Treating those kind of stuff, it's very difficult to.
Then you have to now go and
So it's a small fleshy bump on the skin, on the mucous membrane. So assuming a girl has it down there, it's like round.
So my question to you right now is this: how you the guy said Bonusi she gets, who will put your head for them?
I bet some guys there.
Then when you do, because of shame, you can't go to the hospital. They go to the pharmacy and do self-medication.
When they even get there, it is to even go and To even go and say, no, we want medication for this is a problem.
And then the person asks you, what did you do? I went to Link.
You went to Link.
I mean,
Common buying of even condom is hard. You go and buy this type of medicine.
But like some people, like one of my friends, this guy, every time I talk about this, I always insult that boy because you told me you were going to have intercourse with your ex-girlfriend. I said, okay. I took the burden on myself to go and buy you a condom because I'm a very good friend. Gave this gentleman, he went to go and do it. He did not use the condom. And then the next day we met, dude was going to pee and then I was hearing screams. I was like, come on, I bought the thing for you. Why didn't you say, we're in the mood? And then I thought when I go and take it, by the time I come back, the mood is gone. So I said, okay, so enjoy your.
you know that one thing I've realized is that when guys get gonorrhea, easily they notice the symptoms.
Yes,
As
but
compared to
that's
ladies that takes a
yeah.
longer time.
Girls
Because
hardly notice it.
I can't remember there was this day. This matter talk. The boy go no say the matter they talk. Anyways, we enter washroom. You see that whole thing, that relation,
The urinal.
that
Yeah, the bowl.
the bowl thing. The boy fit dey stand there. They do the one drop top. One drop top. We go find out that the boy get gono. We say one the girl carry give am to
That's actually one main symptom of gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Painful urination.
the
Yes.
Do women also experience that?
In women, as he said, you hardly notice it. You understand? So the things you notice is probably discharges, and not all of them. Some of them feel pains when they are urinating as well,
Okay, sure.
and itchiness down there. But then with the guys, yeah.
I mean, guys, we are guys. Anyways, the STDs. This one I got it. I saw the stats for January to June 2022, and I was shocked. Extremely shocked. Over 23,000 people get AIDS between January and June 2023 for Ghana alone.
Wow.
Why? Is it that they're not buying the contraceptives, or raw they sweet them, or what? But I think as a very minute percentage of that whole number got it through childbirth. Less than 1K.
Less than 1,000.
Less than 1K people had it through childbirth.
Most people that would get that kind of thing, they won't tell other people. They'll just keep it to themselves. A lot of people would go and medicate and then try and do the right thing and tell other people. Some people, out of fear, shame, whatever, they'll just keep it to themselves and
They go and
continue
share.
to share it.
That's
And
very bad. That's very
That's
bad.
true. And even according to World Health Organization, it says per day, a total of 1 million people worldwide acquire STIs
Yes.
per day. And then it
So
stated that there are about
It's
over
good to be a
about
virgin.
It's good to be a virgin.
Also,
it's
there
very
are-
good to be a virgin.
Very good to be a
also
virgin.
there are
We
over
the virgins, we are
five-
proud.
We the virgins, yeah.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah, I am.
Anyways,
I'm proud to
what I'm
say
saying
that.
is also there are estimated over 500 billion people between the ages of 15 to 49 that are living with STI. Over 500 billion people between the ages of 15 to
And
49.
the funny thing is,
living with
people
STI.
try to shy away from conversations that has to do with STDs, but yet they knock anyhow. That's my problem, because truth is, I believe if we have enough conversations about STDs, it will make it should somehow scare some people out, like make you feel
wake people
small.
Do you
up.
think it will scare them enough? Because
Because truth is,
Actually, I think what should be done is because, for instance, this particular country, I've spent most of my growing years, like I spent lesser, like my younger years in Nigeria. So most of the time that I had sense to think for myself was spent in this country, and I realized that in this particular country, like there is no sex education, nothing. Like
it's bad.
even in my family,
is that
like,
bad?
in my family, anything like my mom, literally, even at my age, we talk about anything sexual or sex education. Like in a year, we can talk about it like less than 2 or 5 times. I'm serious about this. In my family,
And
it hardly
better.
comes up, and it's very bad because when such things happen like that, it's
People are confused.
Exactly,
The only
nobody
thing
knows.
they have to, what's it called, they move to is the streets. Once these kind of situations happen and then they don't know anything about it, they've not been taught anything about it, then they go into self-medication or go into
Self-medication,
friends and ask them for advice that probably is terrible advice.
exactly.
What you are saying, I'm trying to think out, and it's actually true. Because me, I heard the kind of last time me then, my old woman sit down
Personally,
talk about
myself.
sex. So, But the funny thing is, we tend, like I said, I learned most of these things from my peers, and I'm quite fortunate to have sensible people. Everybody fool, but at least more sensible. And then, because truth is, if let's assume you are not talking to Ralph about STDs, then you enter town, you just go to account. Then later on, it tells you about STDs. You're going to feel some way.
Yeah,
Why don't you
definitely.
then get information first before you even enter town? Because AIDS is real.
Yes, it is.
And people they share right now. They share.
And right now, to the drugs for AIDS, is the earlier you notice you have HIV, and the earlier you start taking the medications, they are even stronger than we, the ones that we don't even have anything, like.
Oh wow.
Because they are always taking their medications with vitamins and other stuff. So if I tell you that, oh, this person has AIDS, you won't believe it. You
And then
understand?
Just like it doesn't have a cure, and then the medications actually help in the production of more white blood
More-
cells
yes,
in order to fight
to fight
the
the virus.
viruses. So the more the viruses are attacking the blood cells and are killing some, the more that the medication is producing more white blood cells
Yeah.
to sustain the people.
But
Some of them are good in really taking their medications, because when you go, I think they have a test. Is it every month or every 6 months or something? Some of them, when they go, you can't even detect the virus. That doesn't mean that you are cured, though, but you're on your medications to the extent that you can't even see the virus in your system. Do you understand?
And even when you acquire HIV/AIDS, it takes quite some time before you
It
actually
progresses
discover
to-
that you have it.
Yeah.
before we sign off, I want to say this to the youth out there. We dey like the knack. Oh yeah, we dey like the knack.
Please, some of
Not
us are virgins.
everybody.
I'm not part of
Some of us
No,
are
Oh,
Say-
okay.
say
The youth
some.
out there, them they
Say
like
some.
the knack.
Mhm.
I beg, we dey beg you. If you want knack,
Use
knack
control.
responsibly.
Yes.
Because the sad thing is, go stand pharmacy hospital doctor say you get AIDS. So you go share them, then talk to if everybody gets it, then that be your excuse. Oh, then you don't know how you got people give you, somebody take blood cut you. Charlie, you know, he get AIDS, go treat them. You treat them, finish out. Where you see, I think most people are scared of the stigma that comes
Exactly.
with it.
Exactly.
Forget the stigma. Treat yourself right. Like, treat yourself. You have a nurse here. Monica is here. Her handles will be out there. When you at least go to a DM, should direct you to a good hospital for you to get treated. On that note, I would like to say that we are grateful for your time, for watching this full episode. We have other episodes to make sure you watch, you share, you subscribe. Subscribing is very important.
Also, our social media platforms are there. That's overandout.pod on both TikTok and then Instagram. So you can go there and then share our content, support us in any way you can.
We'll be having a sweet giveaway to the most active people on our socials. Who knows, it might be you. You might get the car. It be toy car. It be so far as it ends with a car, it be car.
In
Alright?
short, don't be an enemy of progress.
That's all. And the people reporting. Stop. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice.